In 2015, the black community in Spokane, Washington would be turned upside down. One of its activists and president of the local chapter of the NAACP had a big scandal. Now, this is also important because Rachel Dolezal was teaching at Eastern Washington University, and she had students. She was actually like running also the Black Student Union. She was very, very loved by the black students in the black community around the Spokane, Washington area. But unfortunately, this happened.
Let's fast forward to the day I found out that she was white, okay? So I was on Twitter. I was chilling. I see her name is trending. Angel, why is my professor, why is she trending? All the tweets I'm seeing are, she's white, Rachel Dolezal's parents out her as white, she's a white woman. And I'm like, what? Nah. And I run over to my roommate. I'm like, bro, you see Rachel is trending on Twitter? She's like, what? And we're reading the tweets and they're like, she's white. And I'm like, nah, I don't believe this. But then someone posts a childhood picture of her.
This was the ex-student that talked about it at that time. But you want to know who actually told on her the most?
What is your daughter's ethnicity?
Our daughter is primarily German and Czech.
She's white.
Caucasian. She's white.
A shocking revelation from the parents of Spokane NAACP President Rachel Dolezal.
Well, she's a blonde, blue-eyed, freckle-faced girl growing up.
But as you can see, that's clearly changed. Dolezal has reportedly told media outlets that she's part African-American and has biracial parents. Ruth Ann and Larry say that's far from true.
That's right. The parents came and basically hated on Rachel Dolezal. Now, if you guys don't know, Rachel lost everything, okay? She was down bad. You know, she was trying to get a job. She's actually got on food stamps and welfare. She even got on to OnlyFans. Yeah, Dolezal started clapping it up, all right? And, you know, she was doing interviews, wrote a book, and, you know, that's pretty much what it was. Then she changed her name to Diallo, the Checky, and all of that. So, you know, all of that happened. Then she ended up moving to Arizona. Now, if you guys also didn't know, she also had married like a black man. I believe she has one child that's like half black, half white. And she's also adopted like 4 black kids that she calls, you know, her sons and daughters and all of that. But Tariq Nasheed noticed something on her Twitter.
But Rachel Dolezal was the white woman who got outed portraying a black woman years ago. It was very, very controversial. So she kept up the whole black woman shtick for a long time. Have y'all seen new pictures of her? She done transitioned back white. Spokane, Washington. Yeah, so she done transitioned back white. She's white again. She done took out the braids. She done took off the bronzer. So she looks like a regular white woman now. Yeah, she looks like a regular white woman now. She's put up a whole bunch of pictures and she's back white again. So I guess the whole transracial persona, that no longer had any real value. I think her whole public identity as a, quote, black woman, I think that revolved around really attention, book deals, interviews, controversy. And basically, I guess once the shock value faded, the public moved on. So the utility of her maintaining that public persona just kind of faded away. So now I guess, you know, going back white, she's going to get new attention. And as we know, the culture climate has shifted. So, you know, when she first did it, social media wasn't as poppin'. It was poppin', but not poppin'. So right now, black identity is so heavily gatekept and protected. You know, that's like your persona non grata doing that. We're protecting the hell out of black identity. The foundational Black American Renaissance movement is in full swing right now. So we ain't even letting real melanated people get away with unchecked blackness. We damn sure ain't letting the white people do it.
So Rachel Dolezal is going back to white. Now, by the way, I have noticed that she's still on OnlyFans, so in case you want to go and support her. But also, Rachel Dolezal is like an excellent artist, right? And that's what, like I said, her parents were pointing out, that she can basically become whatever she wants. But now, let's look at this particular photo, how it started in 1977, how it's going in 2025, 48 years. Now, this post went extremely viral. 11 million views on X. And so basically people started to comment, Erica, oh, are you white again? The guy Surf goes, you look a lot better white. So, man, she does, look white again, at least in this photo. Now, I have seen some of the other photos. Some of them do look, like she is, looking Caucasian. Not all of them, but definitely she's starting to lean into, that sort of look, right? If you can get my drift, all right? And then people started making content about it.
You don't like being really black, right? Because when it gets bad, when the presidency gets bad, when the conservatives start acting a fool, when you actually start having to deal with racism and dealing with those dynamics of growing up in a racist family but acting like a nigga, not really one of the. When you deal with that, it becomes an issue. So you have to go back to your whiteness.
People are saying things like Tariq, it's not easier for her to come in and just claim the race as she used to be. And then other people are saying, well, because she's conservative, because the conservatives are coming out, she's going to be white. I think the real thing is, I think Tariq has a strong point, and the other brother does too. The reality is that you really can't be a part of either community, all right? That's just pretty much what it is. If Rachel Dolezal would have said, listen, I'm a white woman, I identify with the black struggle, I feel like I'm black, but I'm white. I mean, I think all of the things that she wanted to do in her life would have been okay. But the reality is that she can't get anything by being black, that's out. And she definitely can't get anything being white, that's out. So if you can't benefit off the black struggle, you might as well just be white, end of the day. Because neither one of them are taking anywhere. She's been basically ostracized from all of it. And people want to say, well, she's doing this because, like I said, how the conservatives are coming now, white folks are going back to where it's safe. I mean, Rachel Dolezal, if you look at her posts, if you look at what she's identifying with, everything is still very black. Like, look at this right here. Love my little sis. This is her taking pictures with a black chick. And she has, I don't know if you want to call it, that's her hair. It looks like it is. This weather in AZ is so perfect and everybody's outside. That's her again. So when I see her, she's still going around trying to be around the black community as much as possible. She loves black men. I mean, she's not gonna start dating white men now. She's been, dating black men all her life. She has a black, friend base, black children, black adopted kids. She's not going anywhere. And let me just say this. When these racists are coming out here with what they're saying, here's the thing that you have to understand. White women or white people who are married to blacks, as this movement keeps growing, these people are not going to have any recourse, okay? They're going to be, done. So she can't go back, over there and say, hey, I'm back home, Nick Fuentes. No. I mean, in theory, Rachel Dolezal still has, amongst the blacks that like her, more acceptance amongst them, because black people are more forgiving than whites. She just can't build a platform off of blacks anymore like she could before, teaching African American studies. I believe she got into Howard University, and she even admitted that the reason why she had tried to sue them because they wouldn't let her in because she was white, things like that. So she just can't build a career off the black community. But functionally, being Rachel Dolezal amongst most blacks in the neighborhood, they wouldn't really trip off her like that. Black dudes will still holler at her. Black dudes will still holler, things like that. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting to see her trying that particular look. And another reason why I think that she did this is she knew that she would go viral. This photo made her go viral, all right? And I think that this photo may have some AI in it because, when you look at her in some of the other photos, I don't know if this has some, touch-ups and things, but she knew that this would get a lot of views. And Rachel Dolezal is probably broke. So people talking about her, she knew that we're all going to look at this. She has a podcast out. She has artwork out. She has an OnlyFans. She's trying to get business as much as possible. And nobody listens to her podcast because it probably sucks. She has like 102 subscribers, so that's not working out for her. And she's just, dusting up and struggling. And you can look at her, even in these videos, with a month ago, she still has like ethnic black hair. She's changing her stuff like most women do, but this is what she's trying to do to get attention and to get OnlyFans, to get folks talking about her, to get some clout, and it was smart. I mean, let me just post this picture looking like a Caucasian. These dudes gonna talk about me. I'll get some clicks and views and, have an opportunity, which is what we're doing. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. For all that you do, subscribe to the bell. We're out.